This video is brought to you by the #1 website builder, Squarespace. They say it's better to be late than never. Let's test that theory by finally finishing the review of The Mandalorian Season 3. Now, when we left The Mandalorian, we had just witnessed the amazing episode that included the regurgitating flying dinosaur dragon. Wasn't that episode a treat? Not sure if we could top that, but let's give it a go. Gorian Shard, the Muppet puppet, invades the much-changed, from Season 2, Navarro, in retaliation for his fellow pirates getting kicked out and killed. Yes, more pirates, just what Star Wars always needed. Apollo Creed contacts Carson Teva, asking for help before evacuating the people from the city to escape the attacking pirates. In what has come to be expected from modern Lucasfilm, there is much confusion about whether the one city is getting attacked or the whole planet.
To whom this planet is forever indebted.
Well, you get a hint that it's just the city when you see the number of people evacuated. It's literally not enough people there to fill one suburban street. Now, we can't blame the lack of budget for the low, laughable size of the crowd. The budget of this show is more than most movies. But even if we put that aside, if the creators of the show don't know how to shoot a scene that shows the magnitude of the situation, then don't put it in the script. Or film it in a way that hides the fact that only 45 people live in this city. Yes, I counted them. 45. 45 people, including the 2 Jawas. This scene could be improved if they just changed the camera angle, because at that height we can see every character standing around an empty circle, where a lower angle would have disguised how deep the crowd was and how far we're back. Or a far better idea would have been to have Apollo Creed stay behind and be looking at the evacuation from his balcony. Then they could have had created a mass digital crowd off in the distance. What the hell is that? Anyway, before the huge evacuation happens, we see Apollo Creed contact our favourite little round pilot to get help. And boy, is it exciting, because this allows for another opportunity for a vanity shot from Dave Filoni and his director pals. Not only has Dave Filoni wedged his stupid head into Star Wars canon, he brought along his ridiculous cowboy hat and planted it right in front of the shot. I tell you, I'm surprised that hat doesn't have its own Black Series action figure. Our little fitness freak here, who must spend more time in the chow line than he does in the cockpit, receives the call for help from Apollo. And instead of grabbing the other pilots who are doing nothing and racing off to help, like a good action show would, he decides to fly all the way to Coruscant in person to ask for permission to help. I love a show that chooses to bog itself down in boring bureaucratic red tape conversations ahead of making the story fun and exciting. But we all know the original trilogy would have been improved if they had more scenes of bureaucrats having meetings and talking about how overworked they are.
Enough of this. Vader, release him.
As you wish.
Plus, how far is Coruscant from Apollo's planet? And how long does our round friend here expect the attack to last? We arrive in Coruscant, and this is where we again see how horrible and badly run the New Republic is. I swear every show and movie Disney has produced in the Star Wars universe has just shown that old Sheevy baby here was running a safer and more functioning universe, and things got worse after he was ousted. A bit like Saddam Hussein. Our chief New Republic dude here says they can't possibly help Apollo Creed as they haven't got any spare pilots. Even though the pilot base we just left showed them all sitting around drinking at a bar wearing silly hats.
But we have a backlog of requests from member worlds that have priority. I don't even know if we have the resources.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33 pilots doing jack shit.
I don't even know if we have the resources, especially for pirates.
And see this guy standing in the middle of the room like an unwanted dildo? He's talking to someone. I'm guessing they forgot to add in the CGI character he's meant to be having the conversation with. My guess it was meant to be this guy, who just appears out of nowhere. Nice work on him though, he looks great.
I really thought Navarro was gonna make it.
Even when we return 4 episodes later, they are still just sitting around the bar drinking. In fact, the bar is so important that communications from planets in distress go straight there and not to anyone in command.
What's the matter with you? There is no tomorrow.
The most we've seen the New Republic Space Cops do is pull over someone for speeding.
Was I doing something wrong, officer?
You're not allowed to fly that fast next to a commercial ship.
God forbid they get interested in a planet that has had a history of Empire occupation when it breaks out into war.
There's reported accounts of stormtroopers in the streets and TIE fighters openly flying above.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of the Empire occupation, look who's working for the Chief here. It's them. Yes, with all the Empire staff they have taken on, the New Republic deserves to fail. Instead of Action Man here being a true rebel and going to help Apollo himself, instead goes and asks Mando and his pals to do it. And how did our little round hero here find the very hidden hidden Mando clan? Through an R2 droid that he served with in the rebellion. I kid you not.
Fortunately, someone I served with in the rebellion is amongst your ranks. Thanks, R5.
Yes, apparently for the 5 years since the war, he and the droid have kept in touch. How sweet. A quick break to talk about my favourite sponsor. Can you believe we're into another new year? Which means it's a whole new year to turn those plans of yours into reality. Make 2024 the year of the cash by making it your year, by getting that idea of yours or yourself in front of the world with an amazing website from Squarespace. Look professional with one of their designer templates. Add your personality with the ease of drag and drop customization using their amazing tool Fluid Engine. Add photo galleries, portfolios and eye-catching video backgrounds. Choose your colour scheme and that's it. You're ready to get in front of the world. And with their free trial, you can get your whole website up and running to see how much you love it without it costing you a cent. And it's also quicker than you think. You can see how bright your future looks within hours. That will help you sleep soundly tonight. If you have an awesome product to sell, Squarespace makes it super easy for you to set up a store so you can sell directly to your customers. Or if digital content is what you do, Squarespace provides a members area where you can monetize your own content right on your own website. You can even set up online courses with multimedia lessons, progress tracking, and flexible pricing. This means you could be making passive income by sharing the knowledge you already have. Squarespace also provides secure payments and client invoicing. No other website builder can give you all those features. Go to squarespace.com/robothead and try Squarespace today for free. And then when you are ready to take on the world, use the code ROBOTHEAD and you will get 10% off your first purchase. Check out the link below. Go to Squarespace today and make 2024 your year.
There is no tomorrow.
Mando and his buddies agree to help and fly there straight away. Yes, in a single day we had our pilot friend here receive a message for help, fly to Coruscant, have a meeting, fly to the Mando's planet, have another meeting, have the Mando's fly to Apollo's planet. All this seemed to have happened within a couple of hours. But again, if the people making this garbage don't care about time, why should I? Well, to be fair, the Mandos did stop for another meeting before they went to the rescue, because you just can't have enough meetings.
Enough of this.
Bo-Katan assumes command of the attack forces as they are turning this into the Bo-Katan show. Apparently 3 massive baby chicks could fit in this confined space. Now, with the reputation the Mandalorians have for battle, we should all be super pumped to see them in action. But once you do see them in action, it's not what you'd expect from elite fighters. What we see is more like when the clowns have a water fight at the circus. Yes, the legendary Mandalorians have trouble taking out the dumbass pirates. And even with the element of surprise,
We can use the element of surprise.
the Mandos get themselves trapped and boxed in within minutes. How, you may ask, did they get boxed in when they have jetpacks? Don't be silly. The writers, actors, director, second director, camera operator, stunt people, and digital staff all forgot about their jetpacks. Well, they didn't really forget, they just all ignored the jetpacks so they can include this stupid scene of them getting boxed in. Then, out of nowhere, the armourer walks up behind the blasting baddies and kills them. Yes, we saw her on the ship, but the armourer doesn't have a jetpack, and Bo-Katan never lands. How the fuck did she get from Bo-Katan's ship to be standing in the exact room she was needed in? If she was dropped off earlier and used the underground network we saw in Season 1, that could have been interesting to see. But now we have to do what all the Disney fans do and make up the story in our heads because the actual writers give us nothing. We weren't given one scene to hint at her being part of the action. She just magically appeared. And just like magic, I found a new level of hate for this show. It is nice for the pirates to allow the Mandos to land and then aim, and they could have just blasted them out of the sky when they were slowly touching down. The fact that people can enjoy this shit because it has Star Wars on the label is beyond me. Up above, Mando and Bo-Katan are blasting away with little resistance. I know the Mandalorians are meant to be great at fighting, but Din now seems like the greatest pilot in the galaxy. No one can get near him.
He's above you! He's below you!
We also get one of the Mandalorians riding one of the enemy ships. This doesn't link to any of the other action we've seen, so how they got onto the back of a ship is anyone's guess.
But it looks cool, okay?
Man, it's incredible how good a TV series can look these days. Anyway, the city, no, now it's the planet,
This planet is forever indebted.
is saved, and lock up your daughters, the Mandos are moving in.
Thank you! To all of you. And especially To our fine Mandalorian liberators.
You'd especially like to thank the Mandalorians. Who else were you thanking? They're the only ones that did nothing. You ran and hid. Bo-Katan gets a free pass to take her helmet off, which goes against everything this show is built up to, and makes a joke of Din, who sulked all the way back to the home planet to bathe for his sins. All that now means jack shit. I'm guessing they're hoping the Geek Boys will keep the show alive by tuning in to see Katie Sackhoff. Isn't that a fun name to say? Katie Sackhoff.
Hey guys, I'm Katie Sackhoff.
And if anyone should be taking their helmet off, it should be the armourer. Stupid helmet rule. Emily Swallow. I have nothing to say about that. They finished the episode with an Aliens ripoff, where our friend here, who's the only pilot that seems to be working in the galaxy, discovers Moff Gideon's prison transporter never made it to its destination, which was Moff Gideon's trial. What kind of backward hillbilly communication system is the New Republic using? First, distress calls go to the local bar, and not to headquarters. Now no one noticed that the most wanted man in the galaxy never made it to his trial. Where was the trial taking place? And how did no one notice that he didn't turn up? That would be like Hermann Göring not turning up to the Nuremberg trials. And no one noticing. How on earth are we meant to think Moff Gideon's a huge threat if no one even notices when he goes missing? And the climatic, I use that word loosely, the climatic ending is it looks like the Mandalorians were involved in his escape.
It's a fragment of Beskar alloy.
Are you saying that Moff Gideon was taken by Mandalorians?
That information leads to absolutely nothing. Join me next time where we check out episode 6. And I promise, it's the very next video.